Hello everybody, I'm Chris Olds. This is Justin Grunert, and we're here with a rather heritage-laden edition of Box Busters. But first...
It's my wife's birthday today, and she's going to be watching this with her whole family. And she's going to find out right about now that I bought her 2 tickets to the Houston Texans on Sunday. And she'll be sitting there with her J.J. Watt jersey and her brand new Michael Kors wallet, and she's getting those tickets right now. So, hope you enjoy the game, baby.
And back to, speaking of Houston, that was my segue.
Yes.
One of the prospects you'll find in 2013 Heritage Minors is Carlos Correa, the future shortstop of the Houston Astros, if they're still a team by the time he's worked.
Season.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the latest retro edition of Topps minor league offerings. This is the third year they've done it. It's their second minor league set of the year. Typically, they only do 2. It is hobby only, as you can see by the logo here. It's an officially licensed minor league product, as you can see by the logo here. And if you can tell by the wrapper, it's a heritage brand, and it's styled in the 1964 Topps design. So, with all that said, you'll see lots of this color. The salmon, what is it?
Like a creamsicle.
Yeah,
almost.
creamsicle. I couldn't think of what that was.
That's
That's the color of the card backs for sure. So, yeah, the hot rods.
The hot rods, the loons.
It's the sand gnats. That's a cool thing, but one thing I'm not seeing is obviously logos for this this year's design. That's a little awkward. River Bandits, 2 decks.
Well, we got a Rough Riders one, so
go.
gotta show some support for our guys here.
But basically, this is a pretty decent sized base set.
Yeah, and at least you get
This
3
approach
hits
is
per box.
very autograph friendly. There's
Yeah.
no gloss. I think there's a small number of short prints or variations.
I think they do have some.
Although it's been a long time since I've actually did the write-up on this. But yes, as you said, 3 hits per box. Yeah. There are black parallels, blue parallels, Venezuelan parallels. So look at your card backs for black
I think
ink.
there's a black, yeah.
Printing plates, bazooka inserts, road to the show, an uncut sheet redemption.
Yep.
Real one autographs with parallels, mem cards, and more.
And I got my first hit. Adalberto Mejia. I don't know how to say
Mejia.
that. I think that's what it is. From the Giants.
You're asking
Autograph.
me? I'm not the Texas guy. Mejia.
So, it looks like they're all stickers on these. So I mean,
Yeah, it's a little
that's kind of a
different for
bummer
Heritage.
from getting stickers instead of on card, but I guess it's cheaper that way for them and easier.
It's not often I can do a box buster and say this, so I'm going to say this. I interviewed his mom, Dante Beckett Jr. Beckett happens. And that's how it started. I tweeted at Beckett happens tweet, and she just happened to search for her kid's name.
That's funny.
And there you go. So then that's how it came to place.
Very nice.
This is a cool insert with the design. Very unique, very different. Something I'd like to see a design used elsewhere. This is a Dorsis Paulino Lake County Captain's Road to the Show card. The back is pretty standard stuff, but that's a very not 1964 design there.
And I'll match yours with Jorge Soler.
Jorge, yeah. I haven't had any caffeine yet, but my tongue roll's working. Too bad I'm not really finding that many big names on my side of the box. Although here's a Jonathan Singleton card.
Yeah, I'm not getting too many big names that I know of either.
Yeah, I mean this is one of those. It's a little bit deeper set. Obviously, this isn't the deepest prospect year like a couple years ago. There was a ton of players, but
I got a mini.
there are plenty of players in this release for sure.
I got a blank back mini. I think this is the Bazooka ones.
Yeah, it is.
This is the Colton Wong mini.
There you go. He's actually a decent name. How about a Raul Mondesi? And yes, it's his kid. How you like that?
That threw me off when I was doing the checklist for this one too. I saw that name in Mike Piazza. Also,
Yeah,
I think his kid's
he's a cousin, I think.
or cousin, and it threw me off. I was just like, okay, are they doing some kind of retro kickback to these guys or something?
Yeah.
And no, it wasn't. I had to.
These card
Find
backs
out
are
online.
pretty complete,
Yeah.
but some of these players haven't played that much. For example, this guy. He signed in 2010, but visa delays. He made his debut this season, so he doesn't have any past season stats. So he has kind of an empty shell for his stats there. Although I'd rather see that than not stats at all. Some of the minor league sets a couple years ago, I think, didn't have stats at all. For a baseball card set not to have stats is a little different.
Maybe give some more background of him and where he played high school or something would be pretty cool to get. Oh, and speaking of, here's Mike Piazza, the pitcher, not the catcher.
Here's how you'll know you have a short print, well, or maybe just a hit. Just like Heritage earlier this year, my autograph card in this pack is upside down.
I got a Luis Heredia Road to the Show insert.
And my autograph in this one is a Tulsa Drillers pitcher named Chad Bettis. I like this design. I bought a lot of it for the regular stuff. One thing for me, the 64 Topps design is not necessarily overall my favorite. Without logos for the minor league stuff, it's a little odd. Like, for example, the area Las Vegas Area 51s.
It's just 51s.
Not the best, modification there. Just sometimes the designs don't translate. And there's another Road to the Show.
And I got my first parallel, Carlos Sanchez of the Charlotte Knights, black bordered. So it looks like the parallels aren't going to be too easy to get.
No.
It's like it's more of a search for them, I guess.
Last year they were basically one per box, if I remember correctly. So it's.
I kind of hope we get more than that this time.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Here's a cool team logo. Like I was talking about logos. The word Dragons across the top of this design doesn't do any justice, but the Dayton Dragons have one of the coolest designs in the minors. Here's one of the coolest players in the minors for prospects, Carlos Correa. And here's my bazooka insert of C.J. Cron.
And we were saying how hard it is to get parallels, and I got my second one already.
There might be a couple per box. I haven't looked
another
at the odds,
black border, Mikhail Franco.
It may be a situation where last year it was too dry, so they had to add some stuff to it. In fact, they didn't have they only had one or two parallels last year, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Here's another hot one, Byron Buxton and Tajon Walker, who's now a major leaguer.
I got my second hit in my pack. First, I'll show you the base for Javier Baez. I know him just because I got his autograph.
Yeah, he's been in Bowman brands for years now.
Jose Barrios, I know that name.
Barrios.
And I got an autograph of Ryan O'Sullivan from the Threshers.
There you go. Here's my second autograph in the box. Sure, give me this name in the morning. Adalberto Mejia.
Oh, that's the one we had trouble pronouncing earlier.
Was it? Okay.
That's that same
I'm
guy.
just totally out of it today. I've been having fun. It was his last name you asked me about, not the first name.
Yes.
Okay.
I got my.
Adalberto.
Looks like I got my last hit of the box.
Adalberto. Sure.
Yeah, Jock Peterson Clubhouse Collection Relics.
There you go.
It's just a white swatch of the jersey there. Nothing too fancy on it.
Kevin Pillar makes me think Kevin Millar, but it's not. Nolan Fontana, and actually, this 64 design was heavy on like headshots. Not sure if that works for me real well with minor league stuff. I mean, it does because you get some logos, but then you get stuff like this where there's no hat for a minor leaguer. That's brutal. That's tough. No team logo on the card, no team logo on the photo. You can get away with it in the majors, but in the minors, I don't know.
Yeah, nobody's gonna know who he is. I got a Aaron Sanchez Road to the Show.
I like that insert.
And,
I've gotten a few of them.
One of my favorite minor league teams, just because I have seen them play, and I'm from Wisconsin. We got the Timber Rattlers.
There you go. They're snakes for all that you don't know that. How about a Byron Buxton Road to the Show?
That's not too bad of a hit.
Yeah. It's a fun card. I haven't checked the backs of my cards at all to see if the Venezuelans have come out more than one per box. I don't think they do.
I don't think I've gotten mine yet. So.
They're one per box according to the odds, so keep looking.
I will keep looking.
Clayton Blackburn, Xander Bogaerts, another unique name you cannot forget.
We got
another Buxton Road to the Show, unless I'm holding the same card somehow.
I got Joe Panic Road to the Show, so it looks like that's the most common insert.
His nickname is Widespread.
I got a Carlos Correa.
That was the same card. I had it in my hand for some reason. Oh well. I was trying to, that's what happens when I try to sort and open at the same time.
You just wanted to make the box look awesome.
Well, two of that guy. Heck yeah. I was set it here to put it on the stack, but I held on. I don't know what happened, man. Adam Morgan, let's see what Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
I
love that.
I got another one of the bazooka ones. That Jake Marisnick.
Yeah, Merznick.
Jacksonville Suns.
That's a fun-looking design for that small size. I think when those were issued, they were larger,
Well,
if I remember correctly.
The only thing that I'm not a fan of is that it's blank on the back. I mean, I kind of want some substance. If it's an error card or something, I'm okay with that. But if it's on purpose, it's.
You ever see what was it? Was it it's not Shaun of the Dead? Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't Shaun of the Dead. What's Hot Fuzz?
Yeah, many times.
I just pulled a card out. Jesse Winker. It's Winker. But there's a scene in that movie. Mm-hmm. It's just the funniest line. Every time I see his card, I think of it. Xander Bogaerts mini and a Miguel Sano card number 1 in the set. That's a nice photograph on that one.
I got this. I just like the name of this. It just reminds me of Mr. Miyagi, the Andrew Heaney for the Grasshoppers.
Yeah. I wish I could remember the first name of that team. What is it?
I don't know.
Flip it over. Top left-ish.
Greensboro. The Greensboro Grasshoppers.
I think I have a game-used hat for them, or a helmet for them.
That's pretty neat.
I'd have to look. It's in my office. You'd think I'd know these things, but you know. How about the Montgomery Biscuits? Or the Corpus Christi, no, sorry, I messed that one up. The Lake Valley Captains. It's the Corpus Christi Hooks.
We got a Cody Buckle from the Rough Riders, so it's very
go.
cool to see the Frisco Rough Riders getting some love in this product.
I think every team should be represented to a degree. It's because it's a decent-sized set. And it is one of those things where they have an incentive to pretty much feature across the board. Here's some names, actually, that you should recognize. Josh Bell, a Pittsburgh prospect playing for the West Virginia Power from Dallas, Texas, so it is the right Josh Bell, of course. Delino DeShields Jr., another future Astro, maybe, unless they traded him. Let me check. Doesn't say that. Hack Julie. And then a Black Parallel. That wasn't a bad pack. Oh, and a Michael Choice, too. I kind of cleaned up on that pack.
It's not too bad. I got a Jose Barrios Road to the Show.
Barrios. It's like burrito. I want to say Joey Votto, but he's not going to be in these packs.
No, he will not.
He hasn't been in the minors in a while.
I think after he wins the MVP, he's not allowed to go back to the minors for a while.
Trivia. The highest draft pick in the state of Wyoming history is...
I'm assuming it's that guy.
Brandon Nimmo. And I don't have a Grasshoppers helmet. I have a Savannah Sand Gnats helmet.
Okay.
That's why I couldn't remember which one was which. But actually, he's the first to be drafted. Yeah, the first rounder ever too. Okay. I didn't know that, but he went 13th overall. So
I got this card. I honestly don't know the guy, but I know the team, the Mudcats.
Oh yeah.
Reason why we know the Mudcats is in my minor league when I played ball when I was a kid. That was always the team that you wanted to beat. Was the Mudcats. They always had the best players, and so they weren't one time we beat them.
They weren't bottom feeders.
No, they were definitely the top feeders.
So they were like the great whites of the league.
Yes, but again, the lowly Cardinals beat them one time.
That's all we needed. Ate the fish.
Yeah, we did.
Parker Bridwell, Brooks Pounders. Got some odd names going on here. Hey, a Miguel Sano mini. I'm cleaning up with the Sanos actually here. Javier Baez, Devin Marrero, Jose Barrios.
Say that name.
Gioscar Maya.
I got a Lucas Sims black border.
His name is Lucas.
And apparently this is going to be the guy that we're going to get in our boxes. We're seeing a lot of him. And I got a Hack Julie as well.
I thought you were going to say Hacksaw. He's not in here. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
No, that'd be really cool to see a card of him, though, show up somewhere.
He's got cards, no doubt.
I thought a new one, man.
He's kind of... he's actually still wrestles every once in a while.
Yeah, but they throw him out there to get beaten up. I kind of feel bad for him. You're too old.
I have seen him wrestle, though. I have seen him wrestle the day after WrestleMania 24 in Orlando, Florida.
Nice.
He took on Davey Boy Smith's kid.
I got a Byron Buxton. Byron Buxton, sorry. I don't know, say that name right.
It's me. It's my linguistic skills kicking over to you.
It is. Yeah, I remember my dad used to take me to wrestling when I was a kid and watch lots of stuff in Milwaukee. A lot of fun. How are we talking about wrestling while we're opening baseball products?
Well, it happens. It's my fault.
Yeah.
Something I just noticed that's my fault that I didn't notice before is these black parallels are serial numbered.
Oh, are they?
Out of 96.
Huh.
So that's some extra incentive there to chase them down
look at
because
that.
they're much rarer than the parallels in the other band. And how many have you pulled?
I pulled 3 so far.
Yeah, 3 cards numbered under 100 in one box. You get the right
That's not too
guy,
shabby.
it'll pay off.
I got a Matt Barnes Bazooka card.
I got Brian Johnson, so is there an obligatory AC/DC reference? That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Just the, no, he's got drive.
Got Dante Bichette Jr.
I've interviewed his mom still.
Arsmendi Alcantara.
I think this is my mem
Guitar.
card pack because I haven't pulled a mem card yet, and it is.
Excellent.
Gus Schlosser, Danny Salazar, Clay Holmes, Jake Marisnik, and Xavier Scrubs, or Scruggs, not Scrubs. He's not a scrub yet. So there you go.
Then I got another road to the show, Archie Bradley.
I thought you were saying
Don't,
Manning.
I was like, don't confuse him with Archie Bunker.
True.
I don't think he'd be playing baseball very long if he was like that guy.
He did.
Well,
Archie
there's
Bunker.
that.
He can't play. He might be able to play for the Astros,
He
but I'm
might.
bumped. Anyway.
He might be able to.
Nick Castellanos, a popular prospect. I don't know what he's done this year. David Dahl, another guy who's a seller, or at least has been in the past. Here's another solid player, Oscar Taveras. So that was a solid little pack there.
Unless I missed it, I have not gotten one of those Venezuelan backs, so I'm going to go back through real quick and just kind of
No problem.
skim.
I have a final pack to open as you do so. They may have missed. Sometimes it happens.
It happens.
If you got the extra black, maybe you got that instead.
Yeah, maybe.
Road to the show, CJ Crone, Greg Bird, Corey Oswald, Brett Bochy, Matt Lipka. I'll show that one. Austin Owen, and Jimmy Nelson.
And I
That's my last pack.
actually did. It was one of the first 2 or 3 packs I
All
opened of Lucas Giolito for
Right
the
on.
Nationals.
I mean, this is kind of a little bit of a drier rip, generally speaking.
Yeah.
There are inserts, there are parallels, but not as much, and you're not going to have a lot of, there is a chase, there are parallels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get some
But
really
it's a different
rare.
kind of animal. This is more of a collector product.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think it's more of a fun product. If the price is right, it actually probably is one to dig in on.
Well, they also have
sticker
those-
autographs aren't that great on Heritage
really,
stock.
no,
That's kind of
it's
a
not.
departure. But, beyond your hits, there's still a little bit of stuff here.
Yeah, and they do have dual autos that are number
Yeah.
5, I believe.
And I think there's
So there's
patches
some really
also.
good
There's
ones.
some really solid, good. If you get lucky, there's some really, really good stuff. It's just a matter of you can't expect that in every box.
I think it's
So,
more of the investment of the player. If you
Yeah.
get, who knows if Rhino Sullivan's the next Justin Verlander or something. He
right.
could be.
No, but the
So-
inserts of the right players. I mean, Bogart,
Yeah.
Sano, things like that.
Buxton.
Yeah, I mean, you can do pretty well if the price is right. I mean, I was going through some stuff recently in my box of this from 2 years ago. I had a Trout. I didn't get an
That's not
autograph,
too
but I had Trout. I had everybody from that.
That'd be pretty
Profar,
good,
Trout, Harvey, you name it, they were all
Yeah.
in there. So maybe the stars of the future are in here too.
Should be, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
All right. Well, until next time, I'm Chris.
I'm Justin.
Just keep ripping.